Today on our 2013 Ford F-150, you're going to be taking a look at, and I'm going to show you how to install the Timbren Rear Suspension Enhancement System, part number TFR1504D. This is what our suspension enhancement setup looks like when it's installed. This is going to help reduce that body roll when you have weight loaded in the back of your truck or you're hauling something. It's also going to take that unnecessary wear and tear off of your suspension. It's also going to help with off-centered loads because each side is going to work independently. Now we've added approximately 1,000 pounds to the back of the truck. Let's go ahead and take another measurement. When we had weight in it before our enhancement setup was installed, we were at about 36.5 inches in the back. We have actually reduced our sag by over 1.5 inches. And here at the front, we're back at our normal ride height. Again, it was only 1/4 inch off. However, we're back at our normal ride height. We've taken up that 1/4 inch, dropped the front of our vehicle back down. First thing we need to do is we need to take a 13mm socket. We're going to remove our old bump stop, which is located right here above our axle. Now you're going to need a swivel and an extension. Put it inside like that. You're going to repeat that same process on the other side. Next thing you need to do is we need to raise the back of the vehicle to let your back axle hang freely. Now I have it on the stand, but if you see right here, I have a jack that's lifting up the back end. Way to do it at home is if you chock both your front wheels, front and back of the tire, and then lift the back of the vehicle and make sure that you have jack stands placed on your frame. Don't rely just on the jack itself. Raise the back of the vehicle, let your axle hang. It'll give you plenty of space between your back axle and what we're going to be putting it on the frame. Next, we're going to take our frame brackets. Now you do have a left and a right. Your left one will have a sticker on it marked left. You're going to make sure that these tabs right here are on the inside of the frame. Then you're going to take your small hex bolt and your lock washer. And it's going to go right up inside of this hole to hold it in place. We'll put it on just like this. We'll take our 17mm socket and we're going to thread our hardware, our small hex bolt, right up into our factory mounting location where we removed our bump stop. And we're going to tighten that into place. Next, we're going to take our mid-size hex bolt, 17mm socket, and if you look down inside, there's a washer in there. We want to make sure that our bolt goes through that washer. Feel like that. Now we'll go ahead and tighten that down, and then repeat the same process on the other side. Now that we have both installed, we're going to lower our vehicle back down to normal ride level, or where the suspension is supported like it would be on the ground. Now that we have the vehicle resting back down on the axle, what we're going to do is we want to measure from the distance between the bottom of our rubber spring here and the top of our axle. Now what we want is we want between 3/4 inch and to 1.5 inches of space. If we have anything more than 1.5 inches, that's where you're going to add your spacer, and if you have to add your spacer, it's going to go on the top here in between this and the bracket. It looks like we're at about 1.25 inches gap, so we're perfect. That'll do it for a look at and installation on the Timbren Rear Suspension Enhancement System, part number TFR1504D on our 2013 Ford F-150.